Yeah. What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Virgil back with another episode of the We Book It podcast. And guys, have we got surprises for you? That's right. One of the boys has come back home. He is back with us. Our man Tank is back for another episode with your boys, the We Book It boys. But before we get into wrestling, also, what the hell is The Rock doing? But before we get into wrestling, we got to hit you with that intro.
Dude, that's the same timer the Undertaker uses to make his entrance.
Look, say something right now. You're back. Start. All right. Do not start. All right. You're starting already. Anyways, I was off a little bit on the time when I was creating the video. You ain't got to put me out there on blast for everybody. However, guys, welcoming back to the show, one of the originals. Been a minute, but he is back with us. That's right. We got our boy, Tank. What's up, brother?
What's going on, guys? Glad to be back.
Glad to have you back, man.
Glad to have you. Hey, man, look, you can't talk until I introduce you, bro. What I keep telling you about this? This is a Sunday pod. After you get introduced, then you can say your piece.
Hey, man. Stop trying to act like The Rock and take over.
I just brought that negativity back with me, huh?
Stop trying. Hey, this man think he The Rock out here on the TKO board, man. I mean,
where my nerd glasses at? Like The Rock. Those are hilarious. All right, and of course, y'all, my brother from another mother, my main man, y'all. He is the smoothest, the silkiest, the coolest of them all. He is a part of the great, the finer men in life, the alphas. Yo, he is Big Daddy C.
What's good, fellas? Glad to have you back, Dev. You ain't shit, man.
What's up, brother?
Big Daddy. See.
I am your host, Virgil. I'm still getting over a little bit of a cough, y'all. It was a hectic week for your boy last week. Shout out to all the We Book It boys that are not here. Shout out to Frito's freakiest one, taking care of family issues. Shout out to Frito's. Prayers up to you and to the fam. And also Coach, who is not sick, just doing work. I think he got work stuff he got going on right now, right?
I think he's on the road traveling.
He's
on the road. Yeah.
He's coming to Kansas City. Kansas City, here he comes.
Stop. Speaking of, they need to go ahead and drop that damn trailer, man. I'm tired of waiting. I'm tired of waiting. Let us see the trailer to the biopic. I'm ready.
If you don't know, C is talking about the Michael Jackson biopic that's supposed to come out in 26.
No, it was supposed to come out April, and like late April, but they pushed it back to October.
Oh wow! Well, yeah, these things happen. I will be going to the movie theaters to see it. I'm sure C's gonna go see it like 4 or 5 times.
I think C and I have like outstanding dynamic where we're going to be seeing that together 100%. Like that's going to happen.
There you go. What? No invite? I don't get to go? Screw you guys too.
You're welcome to join us, my brother.
Thank you. We got to hold your hand and take you there ourselves. Like, you're always invited.
Yes. Matter of fact, I want you, Tank, to drive to Petersburg and get me. and then take me to the movie theaters. And matter of fact, I'll only go if you go to the West Side movie theaters too. That's right. So we got to drive all the way to the West Side.
That's the only one we go to. We don't.
Yeah.
We usually go to the one over on Mercantile on this side of town. We rarely go to the one on Dirksen.
But the one on Dirksen has the recliner seats.
Yeah, they do got the better seats. They do.
Movie.
You said what?
Do you not want to fall asleep while you're watching the movie?
Yeah, not this one. Shit, that shit gonna be like 4 hours, bro. like,
dude, are we gonna bet that they're gonna close out the movie with the?
Hey, it's gonna be hella people in that bitch crying. Hey, it's gonna be a shit ton of people in there crying, passing out, all that, bro. If they get it right, it's gonna be sad as hell.
It was like when we went to the musical, and I was like, "See, $5." They end this thing with the make that change.
Yeah. All right, let's get the wrestling.
Hey, brother, remember on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. All right. What's today?
It's Sunday. I ain't touching nothing. I ain't. Hey, if somebody put a comment on the YouTube, I'm not touching it. So Friday we was doing the show. We was doing the show Friday, and I guess Fritos had put like a couple of comments on through YouTube, and I didn't realize Mike was like putting them on the actual pod. And then whenever I would see it late, and then I would press it, and then Mike like, "Come on, man, you stepping over my foot, man. Come on, I'm producing. Oh, you producing what?" And so I'm like, "All right, I'll produce, and then you deal with Sunday. I ain't gonna touch nothing on Sunday."
Any podcast on this channel that you see me on a Monday, on a Wednesday, on a Friday, I am the D Mike. I'm the last Mike out there. I won't touch anything. I'm not producing nothing. All I ask is when you come on Sundays, just let me do my thing. Just let your boy do his thing. That's all I ask. Everything else, Big Daddy C, he got it, man. He the man with the plan. I put it all into his hands. Trust me. 1,010%. All right, y'all. But yes, we do need to get to some wrestling. So y'all, we all watched SmackDown this past week, and it was weird. The vibe was weird. Everything is weird. Everything just changed in an instant. There was a show that was planned. All those plans scrapped. The Rock woke up one morning and said, maybe I ought to go back to wrestling. And of course, he called Triple H and said, hey, scrap everything. I'm coming back. And I cleared Triple H, to his credit, scrapped everything, and The Rock came back. And so since The Rock came back, now that begged the question, okay, so what now are they going to do for WrestleMania 41 in Las Vegas? This is a huge WrestleMania, huge venue. Mania hasn't been in Vegas since they did that WrestleMania outside. The Undertaker's first WrestleMania was the last time they did a Mania in Vegas. And it was like Caesar's Palace, I think, or something like that.
Was that the one was that the one he won by disqualification?
Yes.
Okay, against the Giant, whatever his name was. He got that weird ass onesie on. Yeah.
Giant Gonzalez,
yeah.
Hey, leave Giant Gonzalez alone. Leave him out of this. Anyways, but yeah, so this is huge WrestleMania, and the Royal Rumble, Jey Uso's over. Don't get me wrong, Jey Uso is over. He's over like Rover. He's great. His shirts are selling like hotcakes. Like I said, he's good, but there are other guys. There just are other guys right now. CM Punk, Drew McIntyre, Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns. You know, there's other guys. What do you do with these other guys to still build and have a great show? So, The Rock, but before we get to that, The Rock comes back on SmackDown, and we already reviewed this on the SmackDown Lowdown, Hold Down, Throw Down, Woe Down. So if you haven't seen it, go watch that. But he told Cody he wants his soul, and we've all believed that to be that he wants Cody basically to sell out and to become his champion, like corporate Cody V2, you know, like I said, and become a heel. I think me and C pretty much covered everything as far as why Cody should do this. But let's just say Cody doesn't do this. Let's say he says, no, I can't do this in good conscience, good faith. I can't do this. Who then would you guys want to see be the guy to take The Rock's offer and become the guy?
I think it's got to be Drew, right?
I was going to say, somebody has to talk. This is a wrestling podcast.
I was going to let, yeah, you can go, Devin. You can go.
Yeah, I was going to say it's got to be Drew, right? I mean, he's sort of already, sort of that heel guy, that guy that's taking business into his own hands, ain't taking matters into his own hands. Wasn't it last year? Was it last year or 2 years ago when Drew got gifted the sword from Rock? I think full circle. I think this is the time now more than ever. You know, Drew's in that weird stage right now where he's a top heel, but he's not somebody that's going out there like Roman when he was a heel. You know, you had people mention him by name everywhere. Drew's really not that guy right now, and so I think what better time than now to do that. But on the flip side to that, I still agree with you guys that I think corporate Cody, man, heel Cody. I think WWE is ready for heel Cody.
Yeah, I think the whole thing with Drew, and that's a good point that you had about the whole sword thing. The Rock gifting him a sword. The only issue there is I feel like it'll be Drew going against everything he's been fighting against in terms of the bloodline. He's been against the bloodline for the last like 3 years or so. And so for him to like join The Rock, even though he didn't really have many issues with The Rock, but since The Rock is still affiliated with the bloodline in some way, like I feel like it'd be weird for Drew to go against that. But I wouldn't, I can see it happening because of that dynamic beforehand with the sword. But I wouldn't be opposed to I wouldn't be opposed to them like flipping the script and then having Jay be the corporate champion and manage Jay and Jay have this big heel turn. It'll like shock everybody because he's over right now, and so everyone's gonna stop eating, and because they're like pissed off about him. If he joins The Rock, it could happen. It could not. There's times where we thought someone would turn heel, that the superstars will turn the fans will turn against them, and they end up not doing it. We saw with Becky Lynch. She turned. She was face, turned heel. She was more over than she was as she was as a heel than she was as a face. So I feel like with Jay, things might not change. If anything, it's gonna make it even better for him because everyone loves him. So having him back as a heel, I think that'll definitely do wonders for him, and especially if he goes against his whole persona and like starts doing. I don't think he'll like wear a suit or anything like that, but I think he'll at least change up the wardrobe a bit, get rid of the glasses, kind of change up the hairstyle. That'll be kind of cool to see.
So I love both of your ideas, BT Dub. You guys are great. That's why you're a part of the show, because you guys are great. I would say there's somebody we're forgetting about, and the unthinkable is going to happen at WrestleMania. Hear me out fully on this. Just walk with me. There's a person that is owed a favor. That favor is from Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman still has a phone with a direct line to The Rock. What if CM Punk cashed in that favor, and that favor was, get me a meeting with The Rock? If Cody won't do business, screw him, I will. Everything CM Punk always wanted from WWE. The money, the title, the main events, to have him be the face of the company. everything could be given to him in one piece by the TKO board member, The Rock. All he has to do is accept that and turn on Cody. Turn his back on Cody. You've listened to CM Punk in his head-to-head, face-to-face promos with Cody Rhodes where he's talking to him and he says, I'm going to be the one to stab you straight in the front. He told him. He's going to be the one to stab him straight in the front. He told him exactly what he was going to do. And I believe this is when Mania is when he does it. I do believe that he wins the chamber. Or he loses the chamber. Cena wins the chamber, and it's a triple threat match at Mania. And CM Punk beats both of them and wins the championship. Either that or, and this is a little bit more far-fetched, but we finally get heel Cena and he becomes The Rock's champion. Cena sells his soul for an opportunity at the WWE Championship. He strikes out at Elimination Chamber after he used his card, his pull of I've been 20 years of service to the company. I'm not fighting to get into the chamber. I'm just in. He then gets desperate and he's like, Rock, you're already my boss for the movies. And now I want you to be my boss in wrestling as well. What do you guys think of either one of those ideas?
I don't think 5-10 years ago, Cena being in and doing that, I mean, that would make more sense. But during his last run, I don't know. I do like the idea of CM Punk. I do like that idea mostly because this face CM Punk is just too awkward for me. It's way too awkward. I want him going out there, and I want the heel promos. I want the full heel promos. I want him sitting down in the ring and telling people what they don't want to hear, but what they need to hear. And I love that. I love that idea. Dude, I don't know. There's so many options. I guess it's who do you want to take a big heat right now to pay off later?
Yeah.
And I think that's the main question because Jey Uso's a good choice. Jey Uso's a good choice, don't get me wrong, but at the same time, I think after WrestleMania, I don't know. I guess that's another question for a different topic, but like, do we really want Jey Uso to win the title, the main title?
Not the WWE Championship. I'm totally fine with him winning the World Heavyweight title. And
that's what I meant. One of the main ones, I guess. Like to me, I don't think we fully. Gunther to me should. I don't know. I don't know. It's been a while since I've been on here, but so I haven't let my thoughts really be known. But the Gunther title reign, I don't think we've seen enough of it yet. I think it's still very like, oh yeah, he's the champion. You know what I mean? He's a good wrestler.
I completely disagree. I've seen more than enough. I'm over it. I'm tired of it. It's boring. It's not good. It has been
okay. That's what I meant. That's what I meant. Do we pull the plug on it now, or do we do we kind of have him stomp Jey Uso? Maybe like I'm talking like a squash match. What if we had like a squash match to really cement Gunther in that position, and then. You know what I mean? SummerSlam, you have someone like Cena there. That's the only time I'm talking positive about Cena this podcast. But
I feel like
crush him at SummerSlam.
Yeah, I feel like with Gunther, having him lose a championship at back-to-back WrestleManias probably not be. I don't think it'd be the best thing for him. So I think if anything, they're more likely gonna have him retain. Because they had him lose to Sammy last year in one of the best matches out of both nights last year, and so I don't see them having him lose the world championship the following year at WrestleMania. So I don't know. I feel like they should just pull the if they do pull the plug, I think it'll more likely be at Backlash, if not at Backlash, probably the pay-per-view after that. And so yeah, I think that's what I'll think. That's what I think will happen in terms of Gunther. But yeah, I do agree that because he has to have a dominant win. Like he has to have a signature win with that while he has that championship. I feel like he has not had that signature win yet.
Why?
I mean, obviously they're not booking it.
It's his first and,
well, yes, it's his first WrestleMania
title run.
First title run, yeah.
Going to be around for a while.
Yeah.
And if Cody does turn heel at Mania, he ain't losing the WWE Championship. So one of those titles got to change hands.
Yeah.
So I mean, you're like I said, you're booking yourself into a corner if you're telling me that you booked Jey Uso to win the Royal Rumble, just to turn around and lose at Mania after all this gain and all this steam and all this momentum. You're gonna kill it. Like that's like the whole this is Kofi Mania 3.0. And the way Triple H books probably lets me know that Cody is probably gonna end up taking the Rock up on this offer. Because you're gonna ride high Saturday night, and he's gonna give you that win Saturday night. He's gonna give you that feel-good moment Saturday night, which is Jey Uso winning the World Heavyweight Championship. But he's gonna break your heart Sunday night, and Cody Rhodes is gonna turn heel. It's gonna be a lot of tears and a lot of people upset that Cody Rhodes has just turned heel. Now, the true wrestling fans, like the men, the 18 and above, we all gonna be excited. But for everybody else, they're gonna be some people that's really upset. Hey, we got my son in the chat. He's watching. What's up? Shout out to Roro.
What's going on,
man?
Bro, what picture is that, bro? What is that?
For the squirrel?
Get that out of here.
That's
not
a
squirrel.
Is that a
It's like a big something. I don't know what the heck that thing is. Anyways, shout out to Ro. But yeah, no, I full on expect Cody Rhodes to turn heel, and I expect Jey Uso to win the World Heavyweight Championship after getting his ass kicked. I'm telling you guys now, Gunther is gonna beat that man within an inch of his life, and as it should be fully. But again, at the same time, it's one of those things where, like I said, Jey Uso is gonna overcome the ass kicking and win the match. I think that's just me booking. I don't know. Any other thoughts?
We shall see.
All right. Well, from that, guys, we have to go to Coach's favorite segment, the Who to Watch For in Wrestling segment. What's up, everybody? Yep, it's your boy, Mike Jones, Virgil, back again. I am not Coach, of course, as you can tell. But at the same time, I am carrying on the Who to Watch For in Wrestling segment in the honor of Coach. I hope you watch this, Coach. Shout out to you. This one's for you. Hear me out. So, on the women's side, we have seen merger. We have seen people showing up in different organizations. We've seen so much happen between WWE and TNA. And guys, the first person to watch for, I believe, is Jordynne Grace. Jordynne Grace made her debut, officially a part of the WWE roster, at the Royal Rumble. She then showed up at the next NXT event. Last week, she also showed up on NXT again, wrestled her match, looked dominant as she should, put on a very good showing, and they keep putting her with both champions. They keep putting her with the Women's North American Champion and the NXT Women's Champion. She is having a hell of a run. They're immediately putting her in the title picture. She will potentially choose at Stand and Deliver who she will face, which title she will go for. Personally, if it were me, I would do the NXT Women's Championship, but she may want to start with the white strap with the white strap United States, or I'm sorry, North American Championship. So we'll just see about that. But Jordan Grace has been on fire. Super excited for her. And then of course we have the male side that we have to look at. And guys, this superstar is the hottest superstar out there right now. He is on fire. And he finally got his dream that happened. That's right. He showed up on NXT. That's right. The man Moose. Please, y'all, who to watch for in wrestling? NXT and TNA are doubling down. There is so much talent going on between them. The Hardys are going to wrestle on NXT. Jeff Hardy wants to come back to WWE, according to his brother Matt. One last ride to prove that he is not who they thought he was. He doesn't want to have any mix-ups, any mistakes. He said, if CM Punk can do it, I can do it. But besides that, this man Moose is living his dream. He has wanted to be a member of NXT and WWE for the longest. And finally, guys, Moose is going to get his shot. Him and Ofemi are going to work together in a they're going to work together, and I can't tell you guys how excited I am for Moose to be in NXT, to show the NXT landscape exactly what he can do. And who knows, once his contract is over with TNA, he just might sign with WWE, and we may get that Roman Reigns face-to-face at one point. And this has been Who to Watch For in Wrestling.
You just had to put that big, great value Prince Joshua on this podcast, huh? You just had to put that great value Prince Joshua on this podcast.
Why? Is this not a wrestling podcast, sir?
It is. But of all people, him
is Moose
who to watch for. We done watched for him. We done watched them already. Ain't nothing to watch for. Okay, we done seen him. The tape is there. Trash.
There's a segment of people that have never seen Moose wrestle before. That segment of people deserves every opportunity to see.
It's a blessing they have not seen him. It's a blessing they have not seen him. It's a blessing. Mike Jones.
They will get their opportunity to see what Moose can do in the ring. And you know what's sad? I bet you would probably like Moose if you actually met him in real life.
Yeah, I don't want him.
We're talking about real life right now. We're talking about wrestling right now. Right? This is a wrestling podcast. Meet him in real life. This is a wrestling podcast.
I would like to meet Moose in real life.
I don't want his trashness contaminating my personality. Okay? I don't want that happening. No.
That is not nice. No. Moose is a good guy. He's a really good guy. All right. So again, from that, we have to talk about the Wild Week in wrestling. We did have the TNA WWE crossover. The Hardys are going to be wrestling in TNA. Also, the NXT tag team champions are going to be wrestling in TNA. I'm sorry, the NXT tag team champions are going to be wrestling in TNA on their thing, and obviously the TNA World Tag Team champions, the Hardys, are going to also be wrestling. We saw Elijah show up on TNA wrestling this past week. Who wants to walk with Elijah? And then of course, like I said, Joe Hendry is still doing his thing over there, being the TNA World Heavyweight Champion. And then of course, my man Moose showing up, confronting Obafemi. Two big meaty men gonna slap some meat together. You guys excited for Obafemi and Moose?
Damn. I thought we were past the whole. Yeah. I thought we were holding,
Well, he's quoting Booker T. He says that whenever two black guys or two big guys go at it in the ring. Yeah.
This is a big moment in this business.
Yeah. Yep.
I think overall, I don't know. Oba.
Yeah, I'm Team Oba there.
Well, no shit on that. I'm I didn't expect you to be team Moose, either one of y'all. However, are you excited to see them to lock it up in the ring?
I mean,
I'm more
seen
excited to see the Hardy Boys, man.
we've seen two black guys, super heavyweights, go at it before. It's nothing new. You know, we've seen it in the past. Yeah.
Oh, since you mentioned Booker T, please tell me y'all have seen it. It's been on X and it's been all over the black news that was like Hulk Hogan. We coming for
you,
I
saw that.
Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, I saw that.
Bro,
I thought you
was hilarious.
I thought you were talking about the other viral moment, but I digress.
Well, your segment is coming up next. You can mention that in your segment.
Yeah, shout out to Devin for telling me about that too, by the way.
Me in this. Don't be me in this.
He's real now.
Don't put me in this. This is live. This is live.
Is there any of these moments that you guys are excited about? And do you guys want to see the Hardys maybe win the NXT and the TNA World Tag Titles? The NXT Tag Titles are tag titles they haven't won yet. They won a lot of them. They have not won those.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind it.
But I hope. I don't know how you guys feel, but I hope this is like the last run in WWE. Every time they come back, man, it is that nice. It is nice seeing them anytime.
I think it's different now.
Last AEW, that last AEW, was it Claude? It was you and I watching that. Well, I think it was whenever they're going for the tag titles against I think it was against the Young Bucks. And the Young Bucks just had to like carry them through that AEW match.
I mean, it
was just
which is weird because it wasn't their first rodeo going against each other. Like they went against each other in TNA back when the Young Bucks was like super young, and they was getting they come up, and they kind of reminded you of a younger Matt and Jeff. And so but now seeing them a more established tag team going against them was kind of different. I wouldn't mind seeing the Hardys win the NXT tag team championship. Like I said, I think it'll be different. They don't have to do as much this time around compared to what happened in their last run. And so I think they'll be fine. It's too many tag teams for them to try to do a whole bunch of shit, and it's on NXT. So if anything, it'll definitely be beneficial to not only the brand itself, but the actual younger superstars who want to like learn from the Hardys. They're one of the greatest tag teams to ever do it. And so,
Then versus the Street Profits.
Yeah.
I want to see it. I want to see that match. And then.
Oh, yeah.
That would be a good match, a really good match, actually.
Yeah.
Between those two. But all right, y'all. Keep a lookout for NXT. I mean, like I said, that's what they're calling it right now. So, I mean, it's pretty good. But now, ladies and gentlemen, that's right.
It's about that time. Plus to grab that cognac, that smooth drink. Sit back.
A lot of change, Devin, since you've been gone.
Daddy, cheese.
I love the graphic. I do have to say that. I do love
it. It's beautiful. It's so beautiful, man.
Tell us, Big Daddy C, who is your baddie of the week?
Oh man, the baddie of the week. Jada Parker, man. It's obviously we know the viral moment that went down on NXT this past week. It was a couple of slips going on, but that's not the reason, man. Just today, I came across a post on her page. I guess she was out on the boat, had a little bikini on and all that other stuff. I'm sitting here laying down in my bed. I'm just like, bro, like, I just woke
nobody
up,
wants to
man.
know.
Like, I didn't do none of that. No.
Nobody wants to know what you're doing.
I just woke up and I was just like, bruh, like, what the fuck? I was like, Jada, you can't be dropping this heat this morning early. I'm like, oh, Jesus. I'm like, oh, man, I fight for my life every day when I go on Instagram. It's crazy. But yeah, my baddie of the week is Jada, man. I've run out of words at this point, man. I done raved about it too much, man. It's just she's just my baddie of the week this week, man. That's all I got. That's all I got to say.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Give Big Daddy C a towel. Every time he sees Jada, he just can't help himself. He just
Not
gets
at all.
low.
And you see how Jada was posing on that graphic? That's exactly how she was posing on that picture I saw today on IG.
We're done with the segment. We're done with it.
I just want to throw that out there. I had to throw it out there. You know, I had to throw it out there. All right, but I'm good now. I'm good.
Contrary to popular belief, y'all, we do actually talk about wrestling on this podcast as well.
We do.
One thing that I did want to touch on, The Undertaker said, I believe it was on his podcast earlier this week, that wrestling fans need to sit back and enjoy the ride instead of always trying to book the story. Guys, what do you think about this? Wrestling fans, I feel like, since the end of the Vince McMahon era, have begun to hijack wrestling stories, to change wrestling stories, to try to veto or change things that they don't like about wrestling. Do you guys believe that this is our right as wrestling fans, or do you believe that your Undertaker is right, that sometimes it's better just to sit back and just watch the story unfold, and if you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. And
I sit back in it. Oh, my bad. Go ahead.
Wait, what?
Nah, I thought he was gonna go to me first, but go ahead.
No, I mean, I just, there's truth to what he's saying. I mean, just look at the past couple years with with Cody. The build, the loss at the couple years ago, the loss at the WrestleMania, that we were just like, what the heck are they doing? All these different things, and it's the slow build up to what culminated last year. It just, there is truth to it. That there's now, I will say, there's the fans. There are definitely fans out there that I would say, I don't think this podcast is more like it, but I think we all know people who just, everything's wrong. Everything, they need to change you know what I mean? And it's just, they just go overboard. But it is fun. It is fun to also book
fantasy book,
what we would like. Why do you think they added the GM mode to WWE 2K?
It's trash,
because it is fun. It is fun to do.
GM mode is rigged, by the way. No matter how good of a match you put on, they still get a bad review. It's trash. But yeah. No, man, because I'm tired of Xavier Woods implementing these little specialty cards where it like take away my superstars and shit. And so like it just be a little dumb shit like that. I don't like it. But
You're
anyway,
just mad because Jada Parker didn't win on his GM. Go ahead, Clark.
Pretty much.
She's not even on the game, but just say it.
He made her.
Speaking of,
fiction, everything like that, definitely made it.
But I mean, hey, speaking of rides, I mean, Undertaker, he said sit back and enjoy the ride. Shit, I enjoy the ride every time. Every time I see Jada Park on TV, man. I'm just saying, like, hey, it's crazy out here, bro. But anyway, but no, he had some points. Some fans can be.
Hold on, wait, pause. Ladies and gentlemen, this is my weekly reminder that this show will never be sponsored. Go ahead.
But yeah, I'll take out some points, man. He, some fans do have a tendency to go overboard and be all critical, super critical, and all this other shit. One moment they like something, the next moment it's just like that. Before even giving something a chance, they ready to jump ship. So I get it from that standpoint. But at the same time, we've been fans for like decades, and since we're now in a new era of how we know how things go in terms of behind the scenes and how booking and all this stuff can go. Like, I think it's different now than it was when we were as kids. Like, we weren't really concerned about the real ins and outs of everything. We was just excited to see what was on TV and give our thoughts on it, on what we thought, should happen, I guess. But I think now, now that we know so much, everything is just out there. Social media technology is better than it has ever been. I just feel like we have a right to give our booking ideas. Obviously we know we don't. It's not gonna hold weight when it comes to the big dogs, Triple H, Rock, etc. Like, but we have a right to say, give our opinions and say what we think should happen or how we would book something for a promotion, what is WWE, TNA, AEW. Like, that's pretty much where we're at in this day and age. So I think Undertaker is just being Undertaker. He's old school. All no pun intended, but he he thinks differently than a lot of the like other superstars. That's been more beneficial to this modern era compared to him.
Ooh, a little Undertaker diss at the end there. I like that. See, I like that in you, bro.
I'm just saying, like, they pull back the curtain a lot more often than we thought that they would ever do. Like, you wouldn't see a lot of this shit under Vince, even though Vince was stuck in his old ways, to the detriment of the company. But just saying everything that we see, even the press conference with The Rock after SmackDown, kind of talking about, hey, this is what plans that we had, and how last year went and how this year went. Hell, even dropping the documentary with the WrestleMania change last year. Like,
yeah,
like just things like that. I feel
right,
like
but kayfabe is already dead, so that's why you're
yeah.
So, okay, guys. No offense to you two, but I am gonna get this camera on me real quick. Actually, no. Actually, I do want to see you guys' faces when I say this. So I want you guys to be very.
If it's Cena, I'm going.
Thank you for stepping over what I had to say, but yes, it is. So, guys, everybody, if you've watched We Book It, if you watched me or heard me talk, you understand how I feel about John Cena.
Yeah.
I want to tell you guys right now, John Cena, you are failing this run. You are failing this farewell. You are failing the WWE. I am beginning to not care about your farewell tour. And this is the first time I've ever said anything like this, but it's the God honest truth. Not being on TV, not being there, not having a story right now is failing miserably. If you weren't going to be there until the build up right before Mania, I would have rather you had announced that you were going to start after Elimination Chamber. I would have rather that been your first date. But the fact that you come to the Royal Rumble, the second to last person, then you lose the Royal Rumble, then you go away for a month. What am I supposed to care about, John Cena? Give me something I'm supposed to care about. Give me something to sink my teeth in. If we're in this era where it's all about the stories, you have to give me your story and make me care about it. And right now, John Cena, for the first time in a long time, I don't care about your story.
Mm.
Man, you just, dude, John Cena went.
You're supposed to zoom into the camera, Mike, and be like,
Well, no, I don't want to say F your story because I actually do want to care. Is that you aren't giving me anything to care about? You're not giving me anything to sink my teeth into, bro. Like, come on, man. Like, WrestleMania season. This is the dullest, most lackluster WrestleMania season that we've had. The build-up and anticipation to 40 was crazy. Crazy.
You have no bloodline storyline to carry you anymore.
I mean,
no bloodline.
But this was supposed to be built around John Cena's, the great John Cena's last WrestleMania. That's a damn storyline in itself. But the way that they're booking this and his availability has not allowed anybody to get excited about this being his last WrestleMania.
That brings up a good point, though. What C just said about the bloodline. Right now, I mean, I've been following WWE, but I've also been, doing other things, and it's one of those things where it's like, is there a story right now that grabs you guys like last year's Cody bloodline story?
No.
Is it fair to say
probably
right
Cody
now,
well, not last year, but yeah.
Is it fair to say that it's almost like they put all their eggs in one basket and now I don't know if it's creative. I feel like they have too many stars right now this is the time to start those stories, right? Start those storylines going into Mania. It would have been earlier this year, but I feel like right now we're caught in like a
standstill,
a real standstill. Yeah, John Cena. You're right. Like, truth be told, I was excited. I'm excited for him to retire, so I never have to see him again. But I was excited for him to see what he would do. My understanding was he was going to show up at basically every week. He has no movie projects going on. He was going to show up every week, maybe cut a promo, maybe wrestle a match, or it. And now we're just where you at, buddy? This is your retirement year. You made a big promo after the Rumble about how I'm gonna use my experience, use my veteran status to get into the Elimination Chamber. Well, where are you at least once or twice a month to promote?
We can't see you, John.
Right. Like, where are you to promote that?
See you.
Get people to believe, I don't know.
To quote a great...
It's just weird. Sorry. Go ahead, Z.
To quote a great man named Michael Scott, oh, how the turntables. Remember back in 2011 when Cena made it his mission to just go out and call out The Rock, showing up via satellite, and how he walked away from the WWE and fan base and went Hollywood. Life comes at you fast, doesn't it? Yeah. Became the very thing he despised. You're now like The Rock, John Cena. You're now like The Rock. You're Hollywood now. You can barely show up to WWE, which is why you're retiring. But even now, you say you're going on the Sphere World Tour. We ain't seen much of you. Outside of a few appearances here and there. I'm just calling a spade a spade.
Wait a minute, bro. Is this a BBL?
Bro, I swear to God, bro, don't you fucking do this, Mike.
Bro, no, that's BBL, dog. That's a BBL.
Mike, don't piss me off, man. Mike, do not piss me off. Please do not. No,
Come
Mike.
on,
Mike, do not piss me off, bro.
bro. Tell the truth.
Mike, I'll leave this fucking pod right now. Do not piss me off.
What's going on?
He's saying Jada got a BBL. Don't you fucking do this. Don't you fucking do it. You will not do. I will leave this podcast right now. Don't you disrespect Jada like that. That shit, it was all 100%. Okay, she's an athlete. She used to be an athlete in college. Don't play with her like that. All right, don't play with. She plays soccer, my dude. Do not play with her. Do not play with her like that.
Dog, I'm just
she been like she been like that since college. She been like that since college.
Cool. I mean, maybe she got it in college, dog.
Bruh. Shut up, Devin. She's been like that since college. All right, we're gonna leave it at that. We're gonna leave it at that. As I was saying before I was rudely interrupted by this blasphemy that Virgil is up here spitting right now. Okay. John Cena, you became the one thing you despised. You're now The Rock. Okay.
Where'd he go?
Probably gotta go take a shit. Oh, the camera's following him. I need to give me one of them joints. I said I need to give me one of them joints. He got a camera that follows him, like automatically, like follows whenever he moves. It's like it's like motion censored. So yeah, he probably going to take a leak. But nah, yeah, he Cena has become the one thing he despised in The Rock. He talked all this, about The Rock going to Hollywood and and being pretty much showing up via satellite. Now Cena's at that point now, and so like, how you gonna do a farewell tour, dude? And you barely showing up. Yeah, he showed up. He showed up. Remember he had that late run last year where he essentially showed up for almost 2 months straight. Granted, it was during the strike. The writers strike.
You want some, come get some,
Yeah, so it was I think we went to one of those shows too during that time. I think that was one of the shows in St. Louis. Yeah. And so he showed up more during that time consistently than he's doing now. And so I feel like, dude, what's up? How's it gonna be a farewell tour and you not showing up every week and you don't
That's
really?
Hollywood wanted nothing to do with them actors at that point.
That's true.
He
ain't really got shit going on now.
It's a BBLC. It is.
No, it's not.
It is.
Mike, come on, man. Stop. I already have to endure this with you, with Naomi and Bailey. We're not doing it with Jada. No, we're not doing it. Stay away from her, all right? We're not doing this. We're not doing this. You will not do the same thing to her that you did with Bailey and Naomi. We're not doing this. Disney ass intro.
Yo, honestly, to see Tank's face when that just played, bro, like he was mid sentence and then just popped on the screen, started playing. He was sitting there like,
yeah, that's one of his new segments.
All right, folks. So it is Virgil's Magic Moments in Wrestling, and it is my opportunity to show you about one of my most favorite moments in wrestling history. Guys, the year is 2001. We are on the road to Wrestlemania, and there are many stories that are happening throughout this time, but one in particular, one where Vince McMahon was in a relationship or friendship with Trish Stratus. This relationship or friendship he had with Trish Stratus led to multiple insinuations that he was having sexual intercourse with her. It's funny how television plays out in real life, or real life plays out in television, however you say it, because he actually was having intercourse with multiple of his employees at the time. Not Trish, but multiple employees at the time. But however, like I said, this is one of those things where you got to go back and watch because Vince McMahon's daughter, Daddy's little girl, the $1 Million Princess, Stephanie McMahon, cannot stand the fact that Trish Stratus has gotten close to her dad and is actually having to say in day-to-day business with WWE. This leads to multiple catfights between them two. It also leads to a match at No Way Out between those two. And it also leads to the fact of Trish eventually kicking Mr. McMahon in the nuts and leaving and walking up the ramp at WrestleMania. So please go back and watch this magic moment in wrestling history.
Feel like you got the music from Home Alone for whichever reason. I feel like it's that Home Alone music.
And I feel like you're a hater. How about that? I
feel
like
I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
You're a hater. I went all out.
Yeah, no, I don't want to hear shit about no hater. And you just over here talking about my. Was that necessary?
I literally went and it was necessary because I wanted you to watch. I went and spent time, ample. You know how much time it takes to make that? A long time. See, I want you to know that. And this is the thanks I get. Not only do you try to hate on John Cena, you try to go a whole smear segment on John Cena after I already.
Yeah, I was gonna say you brought up the hatred first. I'm gonna stand up for C on this one.
I brought it up so I could talk about him. I'm an actual John Cena fan. He's not. He shuts up on that segment.
You started getting mad. You started getting mad. Hey, you started getting mad, and then you had to bring out the Jada Parker picture. You had to bring up the Jada Parker picture.
You know what's crazy, Devin? The little rant I went on about John Cena, like becoming The Rock, essentially the one thing he despised. Mike ain't said shit about that. He ain't said nothing about that. He went straight to Jada Parker saying Jada Parker got a BBL. He overlooked everything I just said.
You do got a BBL, and that's all
he overlooks everything. I mean, look at him overlooking John Cena's bald spot.
Let's move on. Let's move on. Let's not overlook somebody that's actually really thick, that actually got it real. They didn't go get it from a plastic surgeon. Let's talk about Toni Storm, who her and Mariah May are having literally the best feud right now in all of wrestling, not just WWE, not just AEW, not just TNA, but all of wrestling right now. These two women have me hooked, and we're going to turn it over to our resident AEW specialist to talk to us about it.
I shouldn't even, but because it's Toni Storm, I'll talk about it. Yeah, so essentially, Toni Storm won back the championship, did a thing, for first ever 4-time AEW Women's Champion, well deserved. And so I think
that's totally, dog. That's totally.
Bro, this man won't let it go. Can I say my thoughts on Toni Storm, please? Please.
I mean, I'm just saying that's totally dog. That's totally big dog.
To our viewers out here that are watching, please do not feed into these shenanigans that Mr. Virgil is committing here. He doesn't know. He doesn't know any better. But back to what I was talking about. Toni Storm, she did a thing against Mariah May. This rivalry has been cooking from the start. We're heading for the trilogy, the third matchup between these two, which will be at AEW Revolution. I do foresee Toni Storm retaining the championship against Mariah May. I think this one will be this one might be some gruesome stuff going on. This man holding the championship. Why?
Why holding the championship, dude?
Why can't I?
Scared. Anyway, but yeah, I see Toni Storm retaining. There's going to be a gruesome match where one of the rare matches you see the women actually bleed, like have a crimson mask. So I do see this happening between these two. It might end up being the best match on the card. Well, maybe second best because you got Kenny Omega. So what?
It should close. It should close pay-per-view.
Yeah, you got Kenny Omega and Takeshita. You got Ospreay versus
Can we call him Takashita?
You got Ospreay versus how do I forget this man's name? There's a former partner in the Don Callis family. I forgot his name, but yeah. So those two matches are gonna cook. I will say I like this new faction that Samoa Joe, Hook, and the other dude. I forgot the third guy that they got now called the Ops. That's been pretty decent. So we'll see what happens with them. And obviously you got Edge going against well, the plan is I'm sure is gonna have him and Moxley, yeah, for the championship. So we'll see what happens with that. But yeah, Toni Storm, big props. She's doing her thing. I can't wait to see the match between her and the third match between her and Mariah May, the grudge match.
All right. Well, thank you for that. And now, good people, it is time for us to hit Frito's Fave 5.
Frito's Favorite 5, sponsored by nobody.
And you know what time it is. Virgil, hit my music. Yeah. I just popped in a Zen. And now it's time for me to give you my Fritos Fave 5 list. Here we go. At number 5, showing up in TNA and making an impact instantly is the TNA X Division champion, Moose. Number 4, coming in, we have Trish Stratus. She showed up on SmackDown, helped out Tiffany Stratton, is set to fight with Tiffany Stratton at Elimination Chamber this coming week. Super excited for that. Just can't wait to see what she's going to do with Tiffany Stratton. Trish Stratus is number 4, and that really should have been C's Baddie of the Week, but, you know, he's biased to Jaden Parker, so that's just him. Coming in at number 3, we got all brakes, no gas. All gas, no brakes. That's right, Jacob Fatu. He no longer says, I love you, Solo. In fact, he has Solo saying, I love you, Jacob, instead. Give it up for the man, the myth, the legend, Jacob Fatu, number 3. Coming in, oh, sorry, I got to put Tank back in. Coming in at number 2. Or did I do number 3? You weren't even paying attention. I'm on number 3. Okay, coming in at
you butchered the shit out of that.
Coming in at number 3. We got Toni Storm for her and Mariah May's performance on AEW Collision when Mariah May took her out after the match. It was great television. Love to see it happen. Coming in at number 2, we have Cody Rhodes. He has a huge decision to make this coming week. Can't wait to see what exactly he decides to do. And then coming in at number 1. That's right. My number 1 pick for this week. That's right. We have none other than Damian Priest. Priest has had a strong running ever since he came from SmackDown. And like I said, he's been doing so much. Him and his partner won this past week. And I'm super excited. This has been your Fritos Fave 5. Yeah.
Did you really just try to full on sound like Fritos?
Yes, I did. I tried to give the essence of Fritos, y'all. Like, come on.
There's no, you got to F for me. Like, it's
God, dog.
F all.
Wow.
It wasn't even just because of Moose. Like that was terrible. That was terrible.
Okay, Charles Barkley, thank you so much.
Terrible. Just terrible, man. Just terrible.
All right, Tank got me. What would you give me, Tank?
I gotta go with an F as well.
Dang.
Hit you with the gulp and then the F.
Wow.
Yeah, that was yeah, that was a pause.
Yeah, what the hell was that? What
the... Well, if you would have gave me an A, you would have been able to see the other one.
Gluck, gluck. That's basically what you did.
Oh. Oh man.
And on that note, good people.
Fritos, man, bring your ass back, man. So we don't have Mike doing this shit no more, man. We need the real Fritos Fave 5 back.
Look, I was bad on purpose, and you would miss Fritos, folks. I promise you. Anyways, listen. Matter of fact, I'm gonna grade Fritos Fave 5 for this week, and I'm gonna give me an A+.
Using his power.
That's right. Damn right I am.
Using and abusing his power.
Because I earned it. Pat on the back for me. Good job. Now, anyways, yes, this has been another episode of We Book It Podcast, Sunday night episode. Appreciate everybody that has watched, everybody that is tuned in. Once again, make sure you like, share, subscribe to the channel from Big Daddy C, from Tank, and from Virgil. Until next time, keep those booking pencils sharp and keep on booking.